Yadum ore yavarum kilir. I hope I'm saying this right. My dear communities, thank you so much for clicking this video, and today, based on your votes, we are continuing to explore Mr. Viswanathan and Mr. Ramamurthy's music. I'm so sorry for my voice. I've been sick for the past 10 days and I couldn't talk properly, but thanks to one of my students' mom, Chitra, who recommended a Tamil remedy called Malagapal, where you put black pepper and milk and boil it, so it really helps. So because of that advice, I'm able to talk to you right now. Anyways, vanakkam, eppadi irukkinga, saaptingala, or ni thannai yendan pon vasantam. Thanks to Manoj Krishna who taught me this. You are my golden spring. Or this one, Yadum ore yavarum kilir. I hope I'm saying this right. Listen to this. I'm a citizen of this world. Every citizen is my kith and kin. What a philosophy. This is so welcoming, this is so accepting, this is so friendly to the other cultures. This is such an open-minded statement, and whenever I travel to India, to Chennai or any other city, I never felt disrespected. And this is my favorite. Ni piano nalla vasikringa. Ni. Thanks to Bharat Kumar. A lot of you commented that I should not disregard Mr. Tiruchirappalli Krishnaswamy Ramamurthy as one of the amazing violinists and orchestrators who worked with Mr. Viswanathan. It happened that by the late 1940s, C.R. Subburaman, who was a rising star in the South Indian film music, used Mr. Ramamurthy as one of his violinists in his musical troupe. There he met Mr. Viswanathan in 1950, with whom he became a partner for the later years. In 1952, Mr. Subburaman died unexpectedly, which led Ramamurthy and Viswanathan joining to complete the background music for the films Subburaman was working on. They were introduced by N.S. Krishna, who knew them and their talents both very well. T.K. Ramamurthy, despite being an excellent musician with an orthodox Carnatic musical background, was shy, modest and reserved person, whereas Mr. Viswanathan was naturally talented, charming, forward and dynamic, even if he lacked similar Carnatic knowledge. Ramamurthy was older than Viswanathan by 6 years, but placing in that order of Viswanathan-Ramamurthy team was agreed upon by both parties. The duo composed for over 100 films during 50s and 60s, revitalizing Chennai's music. The duo parted in 1965, and since then they had composed for films individually. Although Mr. Viswanathan enjoyed a successful solo career with over 700 films from 1965 to 2013, Mr. Ramamurthy composed for only 19 films from 1966 to 1986. And now there is a nice story presented by Mr. Balavinkata Bhupati. Since you are from Russia, I must tell this incident. Once Mr. Viswanathan and a great poet Kannada-san went to Russia. While going there, he kept pestering the poet by asking so many doubts like a child about what he saw on the journey. Mr. Kannada-san thought personally that he was creating a nuisance. They went to a museum at Moscow. There, Viswanathan found a piano and started playing Tchaikovsky. wow, Tchaikovsky note. So Kannada-san wanted to stop him as he was worried that he would disturb the people around. But Russians gathered around and started listening to Mr. Viswanathan playing Tchaikovsky. They were so mind blown by an Indian person playing Russian composer. Can you just imagine the situation? Then he decided that Mr. Viswanathan doesn't know anything but music. Really, Mr. Viswanathan was great forever. And let's listen to the first song. Okay, that is the half diminished arpeggio is preparing us for a great start. Okay, here we have an introduction consisting of two parts. The first part is this. It has some work within the pentascale. And then the second part of this introduction. So you see how using a simple pentascale, just 5 notes, we can come up with a beautiful melody consisting of 2 parts. And then Mr. Viswanathan will not stop surprising us, and he will use this ragtime type of interlude. Is it a ragtime or is it a rock and roll? Kinda. I was able to do this. And then an interesting part, we have the mirror effect. Remember I told the introduction consists of 2 parts, first and second, and here we are mirroring first to the second part and then continuing to the first part. Listen to this. That was the second part. And then this is the first part, and all of this is wrapped in an amazing piano accompaniment. So in this case we are getting more dynamic and more movement because of an amazing orchestration. Look at this, just simple intonation. Walking down the stairs and using this simple intonation, you just can blast your interlude with no words to say. Bravo. In our conversation, Isagnani Lerja asked me if I could compose. I said no way I can compose, because if you compose, you have to come up with an amazing something using simple tools. I will either overcomplicate the work or make it so stupid that nobody will be interested. Anyways, what do you think about it? If you were a composer, how would you compose a song? Just tell me in the comments. No, really, have you thought of this? Out of this motion you can come up with an interlude. Really, this is wow. And then we have a verse B, which is in major. So what is major, what is minor, right? In Western classical music, minor is perceived as the something sad or gloomy. And major is understood as something cheerful and joyful. See, it consists of small intonations. All this makes a beautiful verse B. Okay, now we are in major, we need to come back in minor. Let's see how we do this. We do it on a very simple way, by just using a minor tonic on the way back. To see in the song, rather simple tools are used, stepwise motion in the interlude, exploration of pentascale in the both verse A and B, juxtaposition of major and minor next to each other, returning to minor again, and there you go, you get a masterpiece. So we will stop at this point. Please comment what you think, and let's have a poll and decide what would you like to see next. Please let me know. Thank you so much and see you. Bye bye.